The Chicago Bears take the field for the last time during the preseason against the Kansas City Chiefs today. We're going to talk about it, break it all down, have some fun as only we can do. But first, got to play that intro, though. You already know what it is.
Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. Big Kev's in the building. What's going on, Kev?
What's the word, Brody?
Same shit, different day, bro. You already know how it is, man. You excited about this game?
I mean, I'm excited to watch football. I want to see.
Yeah.
It's not that many position battles, really, you know. So, like, we're gonna find out what's gonna happen with Velus Jones, really. Maybe we'll see what's gonna happen at the other defensive end, but I think the rookie got it locked up pretty much. So it's like, you know, it's gonna be fun to see if Tyson Bagent can follow up what he did last week. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you said, there's not really that many position battles. Really, when you're looking at it, starting edge, and that's not even really a position battle, but the fourth running back between Ian Willer, Velus Jones, Micah Baskerville, does he make the roster? Daniel Hardy, does he end up making the roster? But ultimately, like, there's not really that many position battles anymore. They're depth battles, right? Does Reddy Stewart make the final roster? Does Greg Stroman Jr. make the final roster with all the development we've had in that secondary? So there are a lot of things like that are out there. But as far as like straight up position battles, not really. And that feels good, though, because we know who our starters are going to be. Maybe you can say maybe Matt Pryor can still show enough to maybe he ends up taking that right guard position from Nate Davis. But other than that, there's really not a lot out there. Coleman Shelton's clearly the starting center. I don't think you move him from the chemistry that he has now with Caleb Williams. Just kind of is what it is at that point.
Oh, yeah, man. And you know, I'm excited to see if the defense can keep dominating because they've been dominating 1s, 2s, and 3s. So it'd be cool to see them go out there and you know, undefeated preseason is on the line. I know it doesn't mean much, but based on watching Hard Knocks specifically, you can tell that even though this is the preseason, every snap means something to these guys. So if they go undefeated, that could go a long way to boosting their morale going into the season. So I'm excited to see if they can finish the preseason undefeated.
Yeah, I mean, and I get that. That is something that people look. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if they finish. I care about the regular season. Like, yeah, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it is what it is there, man. Let me ask you this. When with this game, with us knowing most of the starters are not going to play, we still don't know which starters are playing, but like what players are you most interested in seeing today? One that I would say is that I don't know if he's even healthy, but like Colin Johnson had that big game in the Hall of Fame game, and he's been basically injured since. But who's somebody that stands out to you?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I want to see him. I want to see Wheeler because I don't think he did as much last game as he did against the Bills. And I do want to see, like I said, Tyson Bagent. Like, there were some questions from us, at least, about whether or not he deserved to hold on to that QB2 spot or whether or not he was, you know, on the verge of losing it, especially after the way Rippon played in the Hall of Fame game along with Colin Johnson. So, you know, I think TB got it locked up, though, at the moment. It seems like the coaches are really high on him. And I just want to see if he can, you know, push the ball downfield some more because you know how football go. We might need him for a few minutes. We might need him for a few games at some point in this season.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you never know. You know, you got to. That's why you do need depth because you never know who's going to miss some time, some extended time, anything like that. On that offensive line, let's flip it to the offensive line. You got kind of players on the back end that could be on their way out, could be, you know, maybe third stringers or whatever. Larry Borom, J. Tyree Carter, Jake Curran. These are all guys that are kind of fighting over kind of the same areas, all can play multiple positions. Then Kieran Amagaje, who Ryan Poles did say last night that, you know, they still need to ramp him up, but they do plan on playing him some this season. They want to see him out on the field this season. Who do you think could be the odd man out? Even if it doesn't mean they're off the team, who could be the odd man out of that rotation there?
I'm not even going front. I don't know too much about those guys. You know, I've been paying more attention to a few other players, but the last offensive lineman is not something I've been paying attention to enough to say that who's the odd man out. That's all you, big dog.
And that's why they pay me the big. No, I'm just playing. I'm a football nerd, bro. Like I'm a sports nerd in general, bro. It's ridiculous.
Yes, sir.
It's ridiculous. That's why I have this job. But what Where the hell is everybody else at, man? I thought everybody be in here lively, like everybody's treating like, oh, it's the last preseason game.
That's exactly what's happening. I wasn't even expecting to be here tonight, but I had to take the day off for work to take to go to the doctor and stuff. I'm old, so I got to get my checkup.
You are old. That is very accurate. You are.
But we already know that Dub is doing some handling family business. Not sure about the other guys though.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Stevo said he was on his way.
On his way. Yeah.
Bobby somewhere. It's getting closer and closer to winter. So like the elves have to report to the North Pole to get their
I'm not even nope.
No.
I'm not doing it. No. What up, V-Dog?
I mean, listen, it is what it is. We appreciate Bobby throughout football and basketball season, finding time, even with this hard schedule at the North Pole, to come in and show us some love. We appreciate Bobby for that,
man. Bobby. That's wrong, Haize. That's so wrong. That's so wrong. I'm not even gonna do it. I've never really been short, so I can't compute any of that stuff.
I feel that. It's all right. We'll chop your knee. It's okay. Don't even worry about it. How have you felt? So we've gotten basically what it amount to 2 full quarters and a couple of possessions for Caleb Williams over this preseason period. How have you felt about like what you've seen from him?
I mean, I see the most important thing is that he looks like a quarterback. He doesn't look like he gets rattled easily when he makes mistakes. He understands why. He tries to self-correct within the game. He's always evaluating on good things and bad things. Oh, here comes Bobby. I'm not even sure if he heard all that. What up, Bobby?
Oh, I thought that bit was starting at 7:30.
No, I'll put it at 7:15.
Yeah,
bro.
Then I seen the match. I'm like, oh damn.
Yeah, I didn't know. So the game starts at 8:20. I know we usually go an hour before the game, but I'm like, all right, do I start a little bit early? What do I do here? So
understood. I think 7:15 is perfect.
I'm enjoying what I'm seeing from Caleb though. Like in fact, that last drive last week, a couple of plays in the first game that he played, where he just showed poise. He shows a command out there, and even though it was a few struggles with the helmet mic and the play calls in the beginning of last game, he still wasn't rattled. So 44 plays, 45 plays or so that we've gotten to see from him is not enough. Obviously, we can't properly evaluate this young man until we see a full 4 quarters of football and a few games of actual games played. But at the end of the day, I'm excited to see what he can do. As much as we love Justin Fields over here, we wanted to see him succeed as a Chicago Bear. Those days are over. That's why I'm rocking his jersey for the last time, at least on here. Caleb Williams showed me so far that he got what it takes.
It's a Jalen Johnson jersey now. You're good, bro.
Yeah.
Change the name. As long as you can go buy a new name.
See the back. You can have the lady that make your shirts. I make fresh for you.
Leave Ling Ling alone, man. I could put you on.
He talking about I could put you on.
Bobby, coming into this game, man, I had asked Big Kev, man, what are some of the players that he's looking out for in this game? Considering we don't know exactly who's playing, who's not. Who are you looking out for in this game, Bobby?
Mostly Ian Willer. I think right now it's gonna be it's close between him and Vegas, but I want to see if Ian Willer can say, hell no, I'm ready to have my shine. And then I'm trying to see what our quarterback situation is looking like with Tyson Bagent and Rippon. I believe Tyson Bagent is slotted at number 2, but I still want to see these guys come out and ball out. That's what I'm looking for. And then I'm trying to see if Daniel Hardy secure his spot. I believe he's done it, but one more lasting impression won't hurt. Damn it, go out there and get your job, bro.
Oh yeah. I mean, he initially came into this with being one of the people that you kind of didn't even think about. Like, if he would have been cut, you wouldn't have been surprised. But at this point, if you keep Dominique Robinson over Daniel Hardy, I need a full explanation.
That's a fact. Because last year we kept Dominique Robinson over Terrell Lewis, and we could say Terrell Lewis had a better preseason. So
that's a fact as well.
I'm trying to, they better make the right decision. Otherwise, we need answers for sure.
Yeah, Stevo, who you looking for? Are you looking out for in this game tonight?
Daniel Hardy was definitely my one. Baskerville, of course, Amen as well. And Reddy. I have to say Reddy. I think Reddy kind of went under the radar because usually he's the last he's on the team with the team. He's the last crew that's on the team for the last few games. But when he comes in the game, his presence is instantly felt. He's making tackles. He's making tackles for loss. I think there's two in the last 2 games. He's had over 3 not 3 sacks, 3 tackles in a game. So I'm definitely looking to see what he's gonna do. But it's mainly Daniel Hardy. I think he did everything possible to make sure that he's going to be on this squad. And tonight's the night to put your stamp on it. I don't know if y'all seen it, but I rewatched Hard Knocks, and it was a play they did in practice where Austin Booker got the tackle and he jumped so high. I'm like, bro, Daniel that athletic? Like I think we don't even see all the stuff that he can offer for this team. So I hope that he is one of the people that they have listed to make this team and stamp it, make your presence so they can't deny it. So he's definitely one, but mainly the whole defensive squad, the linebacker core been killing, and mainly I'm looking for turnovers. Like we all, that's what our coach been preaching. Turnovers.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. One of the names I'm surprised we haven't heard much of anything about. I think I can think of one play last game where I think he got a tackle, but this is a guy that I thought with the defensive tackle rotation, Keith Randolph was going to make the team. We really haven't heard much about Keith Randolph at all.
Yeah.
So are we thinking that Keith Randolph is gone? Is he practice squad? What? How you guys feeling about Keith Randolph?
He gone.
You think he's gone?
And the only reason I say he's gone because he went from last year. He was like he was in that squad where when the starters went out, he was in. Now he's like the 3rd string. Last game he didn't come out to the 3rd string, so I was like, that ain't a good sign. And then I looked for him to do anything in that game. He didn't really do much. So it just credit to show you that we really did our damage, like because we didn't really expect to. It was gonna be hard. We tried to get an edge, but we needed some depth at this position just in case we wasn't gonna get a big name, and it proved it. We have 3 to 4 people that had caught us off guard, and I don't know if he's gonna be one of those people that survive. I just don't. Not even practice squad.
No, because I was saying my man's might be finding himself on the practice squad just to see if they could probably get a little bit more out of him with some more development. You know what I'm saying? I have a plan ready for him to where he can get stronger, faster, and just be better suited for the system that they're trying to run. I don't know what happened to him, to be honest. I had some type of hype for him. Not a lot of it, but some type of hype when he came to the squad just because he was doing his college football so close by. So it was always good to see somebody, you know, that's probably, you know, a local player come rep for the squad. But hey, you got to take advantage of your opportunities, and sometimes guys fall short. That's just the way it is.
Hey,
and remember, they gave Keith Randolph one of the larger deals for the undrafted free agents as well. Go ahead, Miguel.
It's pressure. You see them people out there killing. They doing their job out there, and he got to measure up. Sometimes you just can't. Like when the people around you are outshining you, you either gonna shine bright or you're gonna get blinded. And it seems like right now that might be what happened with this young fella. Maybe he'll go somewhere and catch on. Maybe he'll be on the practice squad, but right now it doesn't look good for him.
Yeah.
And then with that other undrafted free agent that they picked up after he got cut, I can't remember his name off the top of my head now.
Hutchins.
Yeah. Keep in mind, like he's probably more like he was a big time defensive tackle as well in college for a smaller school. So maybe they're looking at it now and saying, well, he's more likely to stay around on the practice squad because he is hurt, and Keith Randolph is just going to end up being out in the ether somewhere. Or I mean, maybe we get lucky and they're both on the practice squad, and then we're kind of developing that next crop of defensive tackles. So
yeah, you never know how they're gonna go with these things, and sometimes these damn coaching staff surprise us all, especially with working with Pose at this moment in time. He's always doing something that surprises everybody. I wouldn't be surprised if that's something that happens before the start of the season, to be honest with you. I ain't saying it is, but it's just what happens. And I think Ryan Pose don't stop working. And for these young guys, look, it ain't the end. They just got to go ahead and, you know, retool some things, refine some things, and then you're going to get your opportunity. But, hey, even if you don't make it for the Bears tonight, you still got film right there that somebody be like, hey, I could probably work with that. And you never know. It's NFL. Guys get injured all the time.
Yeah. And the Canadian League always hiring, you know.
I mean, that's where Chase Claypool about to be at for sure.
Oh, bro. Didn't the USFL and the XFL combine this past summer?
Yeah, that I'm about to say that's where he about to go. He gonna be a fucking Ottawa Dragon in this motherfucker.
Hey, when you thirsty though, and then you turn it through the channels, you catch one of them
Hey,
games.
no,
Like
bro, like
They
it
pretty good
actually is
though.
some really
real,
good football,
you feel
bro.
me, bro?
Hey, I
It's
was
some good
watching the
football.
Outlaws like a motherfucker last year.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
sir.
honestly, it's some solid football that's being played there, bro. Like they've really turned that league into like a secondary. If you love football, I don't know how many casuals are watching, but if you
Right.
love football, no,
It's
it's
worth
some
a
pretty
watch.
damn good football that's played.
And it's a
It's
lot of
only gonna get
NFL
better.
rejects on the team. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
definitely
true.
some quality football. Like you see Tez Bryant, who just got back into the league somehow. Like, I don't know what the fuck that came from. I mean, you got what's the Josh Gordon that was killing it over there. Like they got quite a few people that you still
Might
remember.
start
Yeah,
seeing some of
and
these
the
dudes off
quarterback just got
Netflix.
picked up from there too.
Yep.
Quarterback
Who?
got picked up. I don't remember
Oh
his
yeah, I
name.
feel
But he
like
got picked up,
it's a
but I don't remember
quarterback.
who
It was a
doing.
quarterback from the St. Louis. What's their name? I just know they blue as hell. But he got
Battlehawks is the
picked up.
Battlehawks. Is that what it is?
Battlehawks. Yeah,
Okay.
Battlehawks. I believe I want to say the Bills got him last year. He was a backup for the Bills or something like that.
Hey, it's good. It's a good opportunity for these guys, man.
Big Kev, you should go try out, bro.
I'm good. I can go
But they
try
gonna
to
hit his
throw it.
ass in the knee one time. It's over.
I'm gonna stop them in their tracks. Like, nope, you ain't even got to do it.
So it's so
About a
Stevo, it
battle.
was Alex McGaw.
McGaw.
Yeah, he was the MVP of the season last year for the USFL. So he signed with the Packers though.
Ugh.
Hey, just a side though. Did y'all see that motherfucker say he a better thrower than Patrick
Yeah,
Mahomes?
because of his IQ. The
The
flag
the
football.
the quarterback, the quarterback for the flag football team.
Oh no,
That
that's
dude's
crazy.
he's smoking that Aaron
That's
Rodgers.
he's smoking it. You said Aaron Rodgers?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what he's smoking.
Yeah. That's the
You had to
one.
make sure
That's
you
the
talk about the
one.
right quarterback. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I didn't know. I wanted to make sure that he said what I thought needed to be said. But one of the battles that we expected coming in this is what not expected, but that had been talked about could be is the running back 2 battle between Roshan and Khalil Herbert. Khalil Herbert's clearly the running back 2. I don't think anybody's really questioning that anymore.
Yeah,
Do you think Roshan has a role on this team? Like, keep in mind, he was getting he was playing the most snaps of any running back like the last 5-6 games of the season. Is he completely out of the rotation at this point?
Third down back.
He is a perfect. Could be a
Third
perfect
down back. Use him.
Yeah, man. Like Rojo deserves some run. Like he deserves some run. That's just the bottom line. And you know how running back go. Somebody gonna get banged up, especially Herbert. I'm not even sure if he's played a full 17 yet. So it's gonna be a moment where Roshan is the number 2, and it could be some times where he's the number 1. So they just all got to stay ready in that running back room because this is how it go with the position.
Understood. And I don't think you give up on him yet. You allow him to come back from the injuries, but hey, the longer that injury lasts, the longer your job gonna be up for grabs, especially if who they love starts to rise in Vegas Jones, or if Ian Willard, makes a rise in his stock, or makes the team even. I don't think Travis Homer is a threat, in my opinion, but bro, I believe he still has a role when he returns. But again, if it lasts too long, I'm going with the high hand. That's just me. That's how I'm a function. Especially if it's running back 3, I'm gonna go with the high hand into the fire burnout. And then if we need an additional punch or a push, then I'll holler at Roshan again. That's just how I will operate with my squad.
That makes sense. Got a good question for Vern here. Question for y'all: do you believe this time is hella different with an entire competent staff from management to the coaching staff and all the roster upgrades over the 2-year spans going into this 3rd year?
Yeah. First of all, Vern, I did not know. V-Dog. Then secondly, absolutely. I have a certain confidence because of how this front office operates. They believe that they're building a championship team. And all my life of watching the Chicago Bears, I done seen all the smoke and mirrors. I done been through all the gaslighting. But I actually feel like I believe in these guys because they've shown me no other reason not to. Even when they make mistakes, with the exception of Vegas, we're about to find out what they're about to do with him. They own up to it. They got rid of Chase Claypool ASAP. They got rid of Roquan Smith when he was mailing it in. They got rid of all of the guys that needed to be gotten rid of, including Justin Fields when they had public outcry to not do it. So they want to do what's best for the team. They putting the team first, and I like it, man. So I definitely believe in this front office.
I think that right now Ryan Poles and this staff, they are in a good position because not only are you getting experienced coordinators in here, I believe you getting guys that know how to teach and make corrections and adjustments on the fly. And I think that the way that Ryan Poles is operating, he operating with a sense of urgency. I say, why the hell not? You got to move with a sense of urgency, especially when we know the landscape of the NFL and that most teams want to go ahead and accomplish and go all in, push all the chips in the center of the table while your quarterback, who you believe is a star, is on his rookie contract. And you got a little bit of time, but you ain't got time to waste per se. So the urgency that everybody is moving with, I think they all understand it because it ain't gonna be too many more having DJ Moore and the Keenan Allen on the roster at the same time. Or when you talk about these defensive backs that's about to get paid, Kyler Gordon gonna be coming up, Jaquan Brisker gonna be coming up. All these guys that's stepping up, they're gonna be coming up. You could probably find some value out of these guys, but sometimes you just never know because sometimes guys might say, "Yeah, I love playing in Chicago, but now it's time for me to go get this bag," and they go elsewhere. So right now, you got to push all these chips in the center of the table, and you absolutely go for it. You got to go for it every single year right now, literally.
Yeah, I think it is completely different because there's steps in everything we do. There's a rhyme and reason with everything we do, from the GM to the coaches to Kevin Warren. When we had a pass, when we had our old ass president that was a fucking accountant, there was a lot of, yeah, we're just gonna figure out when we get there. Or we, sometimes you just gotta take risks. Or we didn't get an explanation at all. We just was left on to our own devices to figure out what was going on. With everything being said, not only are they saying what they're gonna do, but it's not only what they're saying, but it's attached to their personality. They ain't lying.
Mm-hmm.
All every time they say they're gonna do, and they're especially Poles, he's constantly saying and doing what he says, and it hasn't withered, it hasn't changed. And then when he's messed up, he said he's messed up, and in the same breath, he already fixed the shit that he messed up. So yeah, it's completely different. Like,
for the
it
first
feel
time,
like a damn organization.
For the first time in my life, I honestly I don't harbor any ill will toward Virginia McCaskey and the family. Like,
Man,
bro, like
Bro.
it was a long time where I was just like, man, like, just bad things need to happen to some of these people. Like, how is this woman 100 and some years old? But at the end of the day, they've made some changes. Look, it's all brothers in the front office. That's dope.
and the sister, Mike Wazowski.
I haven't done that in a while. Shout out to the OGs that remember when I used to make fun of Virginia McCaskey.
But she's done a lot. Like, they got brothers in the front office and a sister, and you see these guys, the assistant GM, the GM, the president, all of these guys. I look at them and I feel pride as a black man. And it's not about that, but it is about that. That's what that's what we are. We're trying to build something. It's all black men right here. So I'm glad to see the situation the way it is, man. Shout out to the McCaskies for finally getting out of their own way and starting to run this like an actual football team.
Yeah, I mean that's the you guys all hit the nail on the head. Like, we actually have an organization that's moving with intention. And Ryan Poles has made mistakes, but he's learned from those mistakes. You look at what he traded for Chase Claypool. He turned around and traded a pick in the same round and got Montez Sweat. He's learning from it, right? Like, and the thing is, I did this on the episode. Like, every offseason that goes by, the Bears have had a depth issue somewhere, and he's gone out and gotten that guy since he's taken over. And he's tried. Like, he went out and got Chase Claypool because we had a deficit of wide receiver. It didn't work out, but he learned from it. He turns around the next offseason and you get DJ Moore. It works. Like, now he's like one of the linchpins in our wide receiver core. Overall, if you look at this wide receiver core from when Ryan Poles took over till now, like, he's fucking quadrupled the talent there. Like, it's been ridiculous. So
Hall of Famer and everything.
Yeah. So like what Ryan Poles and how he's operated, has it all been perfect? No. But what I hate to see the people that like, oh, well, he hasn't fixed the offensive line, he hasn't done anything, but he's fixed every fucking thing else, bro. Look at that defense. Look at that.
I was about to say,
drafted Darnell Wright with the first round pick. Like, you can't just fix the offensive line in one night. Go ahead.
Every time that comes up, got to give Bobby was the first Bears content creator to call Darnell Wright. I've seen other people take credit for it. Bobby was the first one, and he said it when he did his mock draft. He said, "Y'all gonna think I'm crazy," and he adamantly said that he felt that we should draft Darnell Wright. Give Bobby some love.
You know what I'm saying?
And the people that say that. And then people that say that, next to how hard it is to find a damn quarterback, that's the next hardest thing, finding the damn online.
You know why? Because all the good old linemen be locked up by the teams that drafted them. They not letting them go. You just not gonna find the wonderful offensive
Trent
line.
Williams's.
They just don't fall out of the sky. Like they just don't. So stop it.
Quentin Nelson,
if you just have a good offensive line, even if you go through a transition of quarterback where you have a good quarterback, so you're trying to find your next quarterback, you still want that offensive line to be solid regardless, right? So to Kev's point, like if you draft a good offensive lineman, typically you keep those guys, and that's why when the offensive linemen hit the free agent market, they get fucking paid because you have to pay those guys. So
facts. That's it. Yeah. And if you look around the NFL right now, just about every team got injured O-linemen. I'm just saying, these guys battle every play. You know how some quarterback can hand it off and take a play off? No, not offensive linemen.
And let's not ignore the fact that our offensive line has been near the tops of rushing yards every year since Poles has been here. Yep. So like we just looking at, and let's
pass
also
protection,
let's also not forget that in the pass protection, our last quarterback held the ball a hell of a lot and didn't make reads like wide open receivers in the middle of, not in the middle of the field because that's not how Lukey Dookie called plays, but open receivers. He was missing, like the sack rate for Justin Fields was extremely high. It's still high, even in the preseason. So we got a quarterback out there that's going to move in the pocket the right way and get rid of the ball. At least that's what we're hoping for. And you're going to see this offensive line from a pass protection standpoint ranked near the top of the league just based on Caleb Williams.
That's a very good point. Caleb Williams and Shane Waldron's offense, those two things combined, the offensive line is going to have to hold their blocks a lot shorter of amount of time. And that's always good out there, but you still need, like I said before, this offense is a great offensive line away from potentially being one of the best offenses in the league. And they still, with the weapons they have, we'll see how it develops, still may end up being one of the better offenses in the league. So
I agree.
You got to give credit to Ryan Poles for that, man.
Yes, sir.
And then, like I said, the defense, like you look at getting rid of Khalil Mack, Robert Quinn, Roquan Smith. Like there are not many defense that can get rid of 3 players of that caliber and then turn around and put together a top 10 to top 5 defense. Like a year and a half afterwards, bro. Like it's what Ryan Poles has done here has been great. It's not felt like what we've had here in Chicago in a while. And also with that said, we also got to, and I know we talked a little bit about this before. Like I gotta see it in the regular season, but I'm on the precipice of saying Matt Eberflus is my coach.
I'm with you on that.
Like I don't know what else you can want to see from him. He motivates guys. The guys have always loved him. On top of that, he's not somebody who's locked into, oh, we pay you this much, or oh, you're drafted here, you got to start. We've seen 5th round picks come in here and be day one starters and learn because Matt Eberflus is like, hey, if you bring it, you get the spot. And that's easy to overlook as a franchise sometimes because there's so much politics that are involved with some franchises. Matt Eberflus has removed that and just got it down to, if you perform, it's your spot. Take it.
I want to see from Matt Eberflus is 2 things. One, better coaching in the fourth quarter when you got the lead. Yeah. That's important because a lot of people look at just the win-loss record from Justin Fields in that situation, like, oh, he couldn't lead us to wins. Neither could the coach. 2, give me more than 8 wins this season. That's what I want to see. I want to see 9. The over-under for the Bears in a lot of books is 8.5. I want to see at least 9 wins this season. And then that's when I'll be sold. I mean, like, I get it. He's motivates. His defensive schemes are working. But I got to see it on wax. We got to put it on wax, right, real quick for your boy.
That's a fact. But I think one of the interesting things is, especially with watching Hard Knocks, is the way that he communicates with the guys. And Haize, you gave out the great point of him not being afraid to play who he believes is best. And we talk about Braxton Jones. This man damn near earned his spot in minicamp. He was like, oh yeah, we're gonna work on him. We're gonna continue to work on him. And they even gave Chase Claypool all the chances in the world. And it was very, very interesting because I know when we came into the offseason, we're like, damn, is there a chance Unique Ngakoue can come back? But then I think that Ryan Poles has forced us to start thinking with, we got to go deeper than just the surface layer stuff when you think about Ryan Poles and his decision making, because Unique Ngakoue was better than when Montez Sweat was around. But I think Ryan Poles looked at it like, bro, like, you a vet in here. You shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? You should be able to generate some type of action while you win the game.
By your lonesome.
Yeah, exactly. And it shouldn't just be predicated just because we add an additional piece. So I appreciate him trying to get younger opposite of Montez Sweat, because it's not just about the now, it's about the future as well. And he also talked about that, especially when it comes to protecting that money and making sure you allocating funds the right way.
But that's the thing. He was thinking about the now and the future. We had a GM that was just thinking about the now.
And you see what's happening in Atlanta right now.
Yeah, exactly. And they're just thinking about the now. They're not thinking about you went to get Judon and he could leave next year. So like you got to think about
one of the quarterbacks.
Yeah, like you really got to think about it. Like you really got to think 3 things ahead. You got to think from a grand scheme of things. You can't be over excited about one position. Like he treats the position the same for the most part. Like if you ain't getting it done, we're gonna find a replacement. We don't care if you the 6th round pick. We gonna find it.
And
if we gotta trade, it's a piece. If I gotta trade a 4th round pick, y'all might not like it, but I bet you like it when I make that pick, and it happens every single time.
That's how
he been looking.
That's how the Eagles move, where Ian Cunningham come from. The Chiefs just let one of their best corners walk out the door. They said, we made you an offer, you ain't want to take it. Oh hell, we gonna believe in our coaching staff, and we gonna find another one. I guarantee they find another one. I guarantee it. So it's just good to see, man. It's good to see.
Yeah, I mean, we're in a solid place as a franchise. It just comes down to when the regular season and the lights are on, we got to start getting these wins, bro. That's what it comes down to at this point. And that's what I love, is that we have eliminated, and now it's just focused on getting the wins. You got your quarterback, you got your offensive coordinator, you got your defensive coordinator, which I really love as well. That's another thing. I love who they replaced our coordinators with, both Shane Waldron and Eric Washington. You got good coordinators in here who understand what they're going to do. You see it even through training camp and through Hard Knocks. They set an expectation. And the Bears, like, I'd be damned if I don't say the Bears for the first time in like a decade feel like they're in the right trajectory, man.
For sure. So, and Bears fans, we ain't getting into no Detroit fan. They call himself the Chicken Nugget King. Come on, y'all.
Hey, bro. If you got it, first of all, I ain't talking to somebody.
Hold on,
a
40-year-old man is calling himself
with half a mustache. He got 7 back tooths in the front of his teeth. And he always wear his hats at the top of his head like a fucking doughboy 2002.
So he can't chew his food. He just grind it like a camel.
That would have looked like a fucking grinder in the back. Like, bro, don't tell, bro. Y'all don't want no smoke, bro. We beat y'all last year. We ain't done building.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I can't wait, and we don't play any of our division games until like week 9.
Bro, it's gonna be
Charcoal tooth ass nigga, boy.
Basically, we're gonna be talking shit to the division the whole last month and a half of the season because we don't see him until then. So
that's a fact.
In Detroit, definitely. Steven, you can call me Kevo. That's cool. And obviously, we don't always have to agree on what we say. The 4 of us don't always agree on the things that we say. So. It's all good, brother.
That's a fact.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, listen here. It's not about always agreeing. Like, disagree can cause some good conversations. Disagreement is just don't get disrespectful because you already know.
That's it. That's it.
So I disagree with C-Dub every day.
I mean, y'all, that's part. Listen,
I don't know.
We about to start. We about to set up a damn first take type show with me being the moderator and Stevo and C-Dub, bro, because them motherfuckers just be going at it, bro.
Joe.
And you see it in their face when the other one says something that they know they like to attack. They lock in, bro. And I just be like, here we go.
Because it's funny you say first take because he be saying some Max Kellerman ass shit.
Yeah.
He really do. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Here's the thing,
Give
though.
Me
like
Iguodala.
The rest,
exactly.
KD for MVP, but like that's the rest of us on the panel. We like we're married, the two of us, Bobby and myself, so we know when to just be quiet and let the
I
stuff
just sit
happen.
back, let them cook.
Just
Do
let
y'all
it
thing.
go.
Y'all got it, big
So
dog.
y'all go at it. Most of the time, I stay out of it until he just says some over the top stuff, bro. Like that marketing stuff was great.
Bro, him saying Kevin Durant the MVP, bro. I just almost was like, come on.
Y'all know KD
Funny as
fan.
hell if he get traded halfway through the season, he will have to come up with a new crazy ass thing to say.
Bro, but listen, the thing that I love about C-Dub is that because it'd be different. Some of the stuff that C-Dub says, if anybody said it purposely to try to stir some shit up, I'd be like, you crazy. But it's C-Dub's genuine thoughts, so I rock with it because it's him being it's genuine thoughts.
He dub baby.
Yeah, like
just like he still arguing me about fucking Kelly Olynyk name. Talking about Olynyk.
Hey, he is the ultimate homer. You can't tell him nothing about his teams.
Oh, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. But he knows it. He understands it. It is what it is, man.
Yeah, C-Dub is for the homers. That's facts.
That's
a fact.
That's a fact.
Any last thoughts, fella, before we get ready to wrap it up, man?
Hey, he said, did you get yourself a pizza puff yet?
Don't worry about my pizza puffs, bro. What we doing?
Hey, they just trying to help the game, bro. Somebody put
First
a link
of all,
earlier.
if y'all, I said this. I forget remember what show I said this on. I'm in the process of unbigging my back. I'm down almost 10 pounds. I'm leaving the pizza puff alone for now.
Bro, how you gonna go into comfort food season talking about unbigging your back? You got to unbig your back around May. Why you?
No, that's why I'm doing it now. I'm doing it now because that's the discipline. See, if I can make it through the season and unbig my back, then I'm good. If I did it in the summer, it don't mean shit because once Thanksgiving roll around, I'm getting 4 plates. So I'm trying to focus. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm locking in. Leave me alone, man.
Lock in, my guy. You gonna get there.
Yeah. I gotta get
that pizza puff gonna get that too.
Hey, shout out to Stony Sub 24 hours.
That's hilarious, man. That's hilarious. Any last thoughts, fellas? I know I already asked it, but I don't remember.
Tune in. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. It's gonna be live with this season rolling around. Let's go.
Absolutely. Make sure y'all following us at. Oh, by the way, before I do that, listen. There's 184 y'all. Should have said this one was 205 y'all in here. If you do not listen to the podcast version, go and pull up Apple Podcasts on your phone or Spotify. You got one of the two. Leave us a 5-star review because you can't leave reviews on YouTube. Even if you don't listen to the podcast version, do that for us. If you're on the podcast side, go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel grow. There you go. That's all y'all got to do for us. In exchange for that, we're delivering y'all the best and most consistent Chicago Bears content on the planet. That just is what it is, man. But we out, y'all. Love you guys. Chi-Town up.